Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the Shadow Machamp in the Open Master League, and this time around it's a 100% variant, as well as we're going to run here two nuke moves with Close Combat as well as the move Payback. Community Day move, of course, Payback here. We're going to have some sent in footage. If you want to send in your own footage, link in the description in every video. Otherwise, we see here already the Yaga going down to one Focus Blast, and I love this play. Honestly, this is the thing that I always really love to do when I build my own teams as well. Trying to have a coverage move on your save swap that is the same as the typing of your lead. Which you have here again with the Machamp being a fighting type, the MEWeedle being a psychic type, but having access to the move Focus Blast, we're just giving your fighting type coverage. Because if you have this, especially for a Pokemon like MEWeedle, where a lot of them are using the move Shadow Ball instead, you're going to be able to just go ahead and trick the opponent and thinking, okay, I can go into my Pokemon that would hard lose against your lead, and I should be fine here. But no, you're going to have the same coverage on this Pokemon as well, and you're just going to be able to wreck them hard. So I love the play with Focus Blast on this Pokemon here. So yeah, otherwise we're going to have here the Rayquaza in the back, which is going to be an interesting one as well. And here we see how the Close Combat is coming in clutch, because the Cross Chop wouldn't even do a slightly enough damage to knock out the opponent here, but the Close Combat is enough to just one-shot them. And this is going to be a very interesting one in general for this meta here. We're going to see a very good lead for you, as you're going to see a Rayquaza coming in. You most likely should have stopped out earlier here already, especially as you have your own Rayquaza. But I guess you're going to try to go for the Close Combat here. I guess you're going to try to bait the Rock Slide. I guess it does make sense, but it's a little bit tricky here. You're going to not outspeed the opponent, you have to let this move go through, but you can at least go for 4 more fast moves here against the opponent, which is exactly what you're going to do here. We see a very experienced player as well. They're a hit legend already, so they know what they're doing, and that's very good to see that we see some people here that actually know what they're doing as well with their team. We're going to see the Kyurem coming in here. You're going to be able to at least get them to half of their health, and I guess you can go ahead and go back into your Machamp, or you can go to the Rayquaza. Both of them are fine. Yeah, both of them are totally okay for you. I guess, no, it does make sense to go for Rayquaza. Never mind. I forgot that they have Excadrill in the back. You're going to be able to go for a charge move here, you thought, but no, you are not able to do this. Sadly, the opponent still gets to a drill run in time. Now you're going to be in a tough spot, as you're going to... I guess you had to keep the shield alive for your Machamp, to be fair. Like this, you're going to be able to still get the shield. You still should be able to survive the Rock Slide now, I think, after the debuff of the opponent. Yes, but I feel like the Kyurem's still going to be too much to handle for you, as you're going to be able to go for one charge move here. The opponent going to have too much health left, and they're going to survive with a 1 HP. Feel like you should have kept the shield for the Machamp. But yeah, it's still going to be fine here, as you're going to see the next opponent going to have a Kyogre in the lead. You can stay in here, and I guess you can go for the Close Combat, because I don't think the opponent is going to expect that one. You can go straight for that. Should get there in time also before they get to the serve, and you're going to get so much damage onto them. In comes the Dialga, in comes hopefully the Focus Blast. No, you're going to go for the bait first. Let's see if this is going to work out here. It does not. I was like most Dialga are not shielding nowadays anymore, because nobody is really running Focus Blast, which I find a little bit awkward as well, because I feel like Focus Blast is the way to go for this Pokemon. But here at least you're going to see still no shield coming up. You can go for another charge move here and force the shield from the opponent at least, or you're just going to knock them out, and we're going to see a Zekrom coming in. This is actually kind of nice for you, as you still get to the next charge move here, and you still have your Rayquaza in the back, which is going to have a pretty decent matchup against the opponent. But you have to be a little bit careful, because the Kyogre, I think, still has a move stored, so it's going to be a little bit tricky late game here for your Machamp maybe, as you're going to be able to shield up the charge move from the opponent. It's going to be a Fusion Bolt coming through, and you're going to go swap into your Machamp, and yeah, they're going to get farmed down here, and the opponent still has a move stored, so you're going to go down here with your Rayquaza, and yeah, you just skip that one as well. I didn't cut the video, by the way, this time around, so like if anything is off or whatever, the player actually cut the video themselves and sent in like this, so I can't really change anything. For me, by the way, if you want to submit your own battles, it's always the best to just submit the actual footage cut from basically when you see the opponent's name for the first time towards the till basically you won or lost the battle, till the battle basically finished, and just put like 10 plus at least 10 battles at least there for that one, 10 plus singular battles into that. I would rather cut them together myself because it will allow me to have a little bit of better quality. You see, for example, for this video as well, you see a little bit lower quality for the gameplay itself. That's most likely because they just rendered it themselves in lower quality, but the main gameplay itself usually is a little bit better quality, so singular battles are always a little bit better for me. Here we're going to see the Lugia, which is going to be tricky for your team to deal with. Like, Lugia are going to be very tricky for you to deal with because you have a double weakness for, like actually a triple weakness. You have nothing that really wants to deal with the Lugia for this team. So here we're going to see the Aeroblast most likely just one-shotting you. No, they're going to go for a Sky Attack for whatever reason. You're going to be able to not go for a charge move here. Don't know why you didn't go for the payback, because now like there's not a lot that you can, I mean, nah, you should have went for the payback. I think you still survive the Sky Attack here. Yeah, you should have went for this payback. You're still gonna get a draw with that one, but you definitely would have been able, I think, to get the, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think you still could have got at least the shield there and maybe get to a breaking swipe, but I don't know if the opponent will then farm you down as well. Don't really know. Could go either way. I would have definitely went for the charge move with my Machamp for sure. Here we're going to see the opponent's Garchomp coming in here, which is going to get shredded by your Machamp. Interesting that you swapped out into your Rayquaza, which now gets hard walled by the MEWeedle. Again, like, it's usually more beneficial to go ahead and go into your Mewtwo as a safe swap here. Rayquaza safe swap is really tricky in the current meta. I would not really recommend it to you. Like, you can literally only play your Rayquaza in the lead or as a closer. Safe swap is really, really bad for this Pokemon because there are so many Zacians around, there are so many MEWeedles around, there are so many Dialgas around. Like, there are a lot of Pokemon that you just cannot touch with this Pokemon, so yeah. A little bit tricky, but what is really good here is the catch of the Sand Tomb for your Mewtwo, and now it's basically down to Excadrill here, which will definitely not appreciate the incoming. I would go for okay. I guess you can go for this one. I guess it's safer by now, man. Yeah, I wouldn't go for Focus Blast either. But yeah, the sides are coming through here right now. You can go ahead and go into your Machamp, and I guess the Garchomp doesn't have enough health left for you to, like, for them to really do anything here. Let's take a look at this one. You're going to see a shield coming through. The opponent gonna get KO'd through that one now because the move came through. You're just gonna go for double close combat. Interesting. I would have went for the farm down here because it would have been safer and the opponent had literally nothing that they could have done there because they were in 2 counter range. Going for 2 charge moves here is not really ideal because you risk that the opponent maybe gets the CMP tie on the second one because they get the energy already through. You basically KO them before they even can get to another charge move if you just go for 2 counters. We're going to see here a safe swap again from the Rayquaza. I don't know. Not really the biggest fan of Rayquaza safe swap, but we're going to get out the Mamoswine here, which you're going to be able to just let this move go through, but you're going to have to invest 1 shield again onto your Machamp here, which you're going to be able to farm them down, of course, but still, like, 1 Avalanche going to hurt you quite a bit here. And you didn't get the fast move through for whatever reason, which is really weird. High Horsepower is even coming through here. Should have definitely got a little bit less damage there, but you're going to see the Mewtwo coming back in. You have to shield this move up. It's going to be a payback. Do they know about this one? We will find out shortly. Do they know about the payback? Please don't. This would be very important. And they don't know. Goodbye there. In comes the Dialga. You can go for 1 close combat here. But it's still going to be tricky. I would have swapped out most likely immediately here. Because now the opponent going to be able to... You have to go for the side strike. You have to go for the side strike here. As the opponent is forced to go for a Draco Meteor against you. This will put them down to range for the farm down for your Machamp, which is going to be very nice. And the opponent going to forfeit here as well. Very good game, well played there as well. Let's take a look at the next game. We're going to encounter here Finding Opponent screen. We had 2,913 elo here, so like it's directly in front of the legend rank. Good to see. Let's see what's coming in here. We're going to see the Machamp against Ho-Oh. Sad that you don't have the Rock Slide here, of course, but you're going to swap out immediately into your Mewtwo, which will be able to reach a Sky Attack, a Side Strike here, Sky Attack sure. Side Strike here, of course. Gonna get the shield already, and they're gonna go for most likely the Sacred Fire, 50% chance to debuff the opponent's attack. That's why they went for the shield in the first one. Then you're gonna go ahead, go for next Side Strike, good counting, of course, in terms of how you throw your charge moves, but the opponent going to reach the Brave Bird here in time. You're actually going to let this move go through. That's a wild. You can try to farm them. I guess you can try to farm them all the way down here with the Machamp. Yeah, that works out pretty well here. Great play as we see the Mewtwo coming in. There is no way they're going to shield this move up here, right? Oh no, they do. No, that's so unfortunate. That's so bad. But yeah, we're going to see a Breaking Swipe coming in here again. They're running Aerial Ace, by the way, on the Rayquaza. I would not recommend you that one at all. Like, I would never go for Aerial Ace on Rayquaza. Go for Ancient Power. Ancient Power is also not Legacy if you don't want to use the Elite TM for Hurricane. But you cannot just, like, you just cannot go for that. move. Like, it doesn't really make any sense at all to go for Aerial Ace on the Rayquaza. Would be something I would really recommend you to just change to Ancient Power, which at least has some potential against some flying type Pokemon like Lugia, as well as against something like a Ho-Oh. As you're gonna go down here from the Side Strike, really unfortunate, but still very sad that they did shield up the move there, which, yeah, didn't really work out too well. We're going to see a Excadrill in the lead, and we're going to see another Mewtwo coming in. You're going to see now your Rayquaza trying to pressure the opponent here, which I guess is the best play that you can make, as you're going to go ahead and go for the Side Strike and go for one Breaking Swipe. You can't let this move go through, you can still survive that one. But now you're going to be able to force a shield from the opponent as well. I wouldn't have went straight for that one, you should have went for one more fast move instead first, which would have gave you a little bit less energy towards the opponent. But let's take a look at this one. It's going to be a Side Strike. I'm okay with the shield here because you're going to be able to realign, which I guess is your main idea here. And yeah, you're going to be able to do this. And the opponent still has to throw against you while you can go ahead and go for the Breaking Swipe. I think it will also CMP tie, which is even better for you, as they're going to take some actually heavy damage here as well. And it's going to be a CMP tie, allowing you now to go into your Machamp again, trying to farm them down here. Try to get a shield most likely against whatever comes in. Let's take a look what is coming in. It's going to be a Togekiss, and this is not looking very good for you. You have to hope that your Mewtwo is going to be able to do enough damage against it, but I don't feel like this Side Strike is going to do enough damage to put them into farm down range for you. And I don't think, yeah, I think that's going to be a good game. Ancient Power comes through though. Not going to get the buff here, which is very nice. You can go ahead and go for another charge move. Side Strike coming through, we're gonna get the Fire Shield of the opponent, of course, but like, this is not really looking good for you. You're forced to go for the full farm down, and you don't do that. I feel like you might have been able to actually do the full farm down and then go for a charge move, but never mind, you're still going to be able to win this game. That is a wild. This Close Combat is still coming through here and going to be able to knock out the opponent. Insanity. I didn't expect that this would work out like this, but very nicely played. Next, Ho-Oh in the lead, you're going to swap out immediately again into your Mewtwo, allowing you to go for some Side Strike damage, but we're going to see the Dialga coming in. You're going to go straight for the Focus Blast. I love this play. Let's see the boom. Aw, so sad that they shield this move up here, but they're going to have to take another one if they're not careful, but they're going to be careful enough. So you're going to shield this move up, which I really agree with as well, as you're going to be able to go now for another Side Strike. Interesting. I think the opponent going to no shield here exactly. This was kind of predictable because the opponent were able to farm you down then with the Ho-Oh, which would have been the better play for them. So it was clear that they're not going to shield this move up there. As you're going to see now, the Machamp coming in, and one more counter is enough to knock them out. But you're going to see the Ho-Oh coming in as well. As you're going to be able to catch a charge move here onto your Rayquaza. It's going to be the Brave Bird and the Zacian coming in. You're going to surrender there, as you have a double weakness with your lead as well as your Pokemon in the back against those Fairy types. Golden Go, horrible lead kinda-ish, because I mean, you still have the payback. I don't know. Maybe you're just gonna go ahead and go for the payback against the opponent, as they're gonna go for the Shadow Ball. You can overcome by quite a bit, and you're gonna go for the Close Combat first. Let's see if the opponent going to shield this move up. They do not, and I expect them to not shield this move up. But Close Combat enough, you're going to be enough to knock them out usually, but you're going to let this move go through here. No, you're going to shield this move up. I would have let this move go through and farm down with my Mewtwo instead. But you're going to see now the Kyogre coming in, which is going to be very nice for you. It's going to be able to go ahead and go into your Rayquaza, which will get to 2 charge moves in time to knock them out before they can go for one Blizzard. This is not a Blizzard, this is only a Surf or a Thunder. It's going to be an Origin Pulse. Okay, yeah, the other options still available there, but you're going to be able to knock them out here. In comes now the Golden Go, most likely, where you can go ahead and go for one Breaking Swipe to knock them out. Don't know if this was necessary, but definitely going to seal the deal here, going to knock the opponent out, and you sadly just barely don't get to another charge move. You have to go into Mewtwo, in my opinion here. Yeah, Mewtwo is the way to go, or you're going to go ahead and go into your Machamp instead. Go for the Close Combat and then go into the Mewtwo. I would have went for the other way around, would have went straight for the Mewtwo, because now the Dracomedia are going to definitely hurt you, going to knock you out, and mostly you're going to lose in the match here. If you went the other way around, you would have won this game for sure, because you would have been able to force the opponent to go for a Dracomedia, makes the matchup for your Machamp a little bit easier to deal with, force the opponent to shield up something later on as well if you just go for the charge moves immediately. But like this, you're sadly going to lose this battle there, but there was still a lot of things that you could have done way better in my opinion, so hopefully this video helped you out a little bit as well. Thanks still for sending in those battles. Very nice to showcase the Shadow Machamp 100% for the Open Master League. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.